why we give aspirin to somebody having a heart attack?
It's blood pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Blood thinner. Okay. But the video says for stroke, give nothing by mouth. So a student asks us, but why a heart attack we give aspirin, but not for a stroke? Because he says, oh, I have a history of stroke. My doctor actually prescribes baby aspirin for me to take regularly. But then watching the videos, it's not true. For heart attack, we give aspirin, but not a stroke. Stroke give nothing by mouth. So does anybody know why we don't give aspirin for somebody having a stroke?
Stroke and heart attack is different.
It is different, yeah.
So
But
I don't know.
okay, but specifically the reason is because for a heart attack, we're trying to thin the blood. For stroke, we're not doctors. We don't know whether the person has a stroke because it's clotting or because it's bleeding. Okay? And that's why we don't give aspirin, because we just don't know.
Yeah.
If they're having a stroke because they're bleeding, you're gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
But also because when they're having a stroke, they can potentially choke. So we don't want to give anything by mouth. Okay? The only thing that will help somebody having a stroke is send them to hospital. Only the doctors can help them. Okay? But as for a heart attack, we do give aspirin because by giving aspirin, it thins the blood and it will help unclog the arteries so that hopefully the blood will be able to feed the heart. Okay? The video mentioned cardiac arrest and heart attack. Does anybody know what the difference is between cardiac arrest and a heart attack? Or is there a difference? Okay, so a heart attack is a muscle problem. A cardiac arrest is an electrical problem. A heart attack can actually last a long time. Like you have somebody says, oh, I feel pain here, but I'm okay, I don't need to go to the hospital, I'm fine. It can last for 2 hours, 3 hours, or even 2 days. Okay, so they're having a heart attack. But when it's cardiac arrest, it's a completely flat liner. In 3 minutes, if they don't get help, they will die. Okay, so again, heart attack is a muscle problem, cardiac arrest is an electrical problem. When I say a person you're having a heart attack, you can try to give them aspirin, try to relieve it, go see a doctor obviously. Okay? But cardiac arrest, immediately you need to do CPR. And that's the difference. The video also mentioned agonal breathing. And agonal breathing sounds like this. And I'm going to do it a little bit louder so you guys can hear. Know that in real life it's not as loud, okay? When you hear the sound, the person is actually not breathing. I know it complicates the situation, but unfortunately, you just have to recognize it. Again, when you hear this sound, the person is actually not taking in air. It's a natural body's reaction to take in air when it knows the oxygen is not reaching the brain. Okay, but in that situation, you need to do CPR on the person. The video also talked about nitroglycerin. Okay, so this is nitroglycerin. This was a bus driver. This gave it to me because it expired. So you're going to spray this under the person's tongue, and this will help somebody having a heart attack. Now, whenever you give medication to somebody, okay, you always write it down. Very important. Okay, so let's just say you're helping a child with their own medication. Okay, you need to bring out a piece of paper and you need to write it down. The reason why you need to write it down is because this one, if you give more than 3 doses, it would drop the blood pressure so low the person can potentially die. Okay? In an emergency, you forget. Oh, is this my first dose or second dose or third dose? So You must write in. And plus, just don't be surprised that you'll get an EpiPen that is expired, because the parents are busy. And as Charles says, it's expired, he doesn't even carry one. But are you not worried though?
I haven't had the chest pains in years,
Yeah, okay.
but
But you watch yourself, right? Like eat, like exercise.
I
Nothing.
watch every time I eat.
Yeah.
No, I had a angioplasty put in the end of,
Okay, so this question, I actually don't know, and it'll be interesting for me to get the answer. Does the government not cover this for you?
Oh, yeah, my medical thing did, but
Yeah.
I didn't see the point of it. I never used it in over a year.
So you're not worried about the cause, you don't have it because you just
You just
don't see the need for it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
When I had my heart attack, I felt the pain right in here and right through to my spine.
Okay, so you do have a history of heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, I suggest you go back and pick this up.